Okay, welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty ambitious. EON Reality's four-component turnkey solution. Now, the sources we looked at, they don't frame this as just another piece of ed tech. No, it's presented as a whole new way of connecting education to employment using AI and XR, extended reality. So our mission here is to break down how this system claims it can fix two enormous problems at once. That huge skills gap we always hear about, millions of jobs open, and the, well, frankly, crippling student debt crisis. The big promise, a pipeline, skills you jobs income, and they're saying it makes skills development 4 times faster. Wow, that's a bold claim we need to dig into.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the scale of the problems they're targeting sort of justifies a radical approach, doesn't it? I mean, look at the numbers from the sources. 6.2 million jobs unfilled just in the U.S. Why? Companies can't find people with the right skills. Meanwhile, you've got $1.7 trillion in student debt hanging over people's heads. And the core issue, as the sources really hammer home, is that the traditional system is just too slow and way too expensive. Think about it. Developing a single college course can take 12, even 18 months.
So it's already out of date by the time anyone takes it, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Especially in tech fields. And then there's the cost the math debt institutions take on for buildings, labs, equipment. Millions and millions for stuff that gets old fast.
Right. So if that's the before picture, the messy reality, let's jump right into their after. This is where those big numbers come in. What are the most dramatic changes they claim this system brings?
Okay, the biggest things are speed and the whole financial model. First, content, like we said, 12 to 18 months traditionally. But the EON system, they're talking minutes to hours.
Wait, minutes to hours?
Yeah.
To create a full course or program? That seems almost unbelievable.
It's a huge leap powered by their AI tools for course generation. That's the claim. And then financially, it's just as radical. Instead of colleges needing, say, $5 million, maybe $50 million plus in debt for new facilities.
Which is a huge barrier for many schools.
Exactly. Instead of that, they're promising zero institutional debt. They have this novel financing vehicle that handles the infrastructure costs.
Okay, zero debt is massive. And the speed that matters most to the actual learner getting competent for a job, the 4x faster claim.
That's right. That's really the engine. So instead of the typical 2 to 4 years to become job ready, they're aiming for 6 to 12 months. Focused, intensive learning.
6 to 12 months.
And this speed directly fuels maybe their most striking claim, job placement. Typically you see maybe 40 to 60% of grads getting a relevant job within 6 months.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're claiming 85 to 95% placement within 30 days of finishing the program.
Whoa, okay, hold on. 95% in 30 days. That's, I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true unless something else is going on. Are these jobs prearranged?
That's the crucial piece. You hit it. It's not passive hope.
Mm-hmm.
The sources emphasize this isn't just about teaching skills and hoping the market absorbs them. The whole system is built around real-time tracking of labor market needs and critically pre-committed employer partnerships.
Ah, okay. So they don't even launch a training program unless employers have basically signed on to hire the graduates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The skills are taught because there's a guaranteed job waiting.
Oh.
It completely flips the model from theoretical learning to direct outcome-driven training.
That definitely reframes the entire purpose.
Okay.
Okay, the promise is huge. The claims are bold. Let's get into the mechanics. You mentioned 4 components. How do they actually work together to deliver this? Well, this high-speed, zero-debt, job-focused system.
Right. The 4 components, they're designed to be fully integrated. It starts with the foundation. Component 1 is the comprehensive platform. But think beyond just a standard learning management system.
Okay, so it's more than just tracking grades and assignments.
Much more. It's the strategic brain, really. It's constantly scanning the job market, working with those employer partners to know exactly what skills are needed right now, and then mapping the entire curriculum directly to those specific job outcomes. It ensures everything taught is relevant.
Got it. So the platform keeps it aligned. Then component 2, the virtual campus. This must be where the 4x speed happens.
Precisely. The virtual campus is the immersive learning space. This is where students spend their time. Think AI mentors available 24/7, providing instant feedback. Think complex procedures practiced in realistic XR simulations, virtual reality, augmented reality.
Like flight simulators, but for nursing or manufacturing.
Exactly like that. Virtual labs, complex scenarios.
Yeah.
Students can practice unlimited times safely until they master it. That ability for risk-free repetition and personalized AI guidance is what drastically cuts down that learning time, compressing years into months.
Okay, makes sense. Component 3 is the Course Genius and Integrity Suite. You said this creates courses in minutes.
Yeah, the speed here comes from AI basically automating the whole instructional design bottleneck.
Yeah.
Normally, you need teams of people, subject experts, designers, developers, spending months creating content, right?
Right. Storyboarding, filming, building interactions.
Exactly. Course Genius uses AI to generate all of that, the XR lessons, the quizzes, the assessments, supporting materials almost instantly from a basic concept or outline, and it can customize it and update it just as fast.
Unbelievable speed. And the integrity suite part, that sounds like it tackles the trust issue with online credentials.
It does. Employers are often skeptical, right?
Whoop.
So this part uses blockchain credential verification. Essentially, it creates a secure, digital, tamper-proof record of the skills and competencies someone has gained.
So an employer can instantly verify that a certificate is real and what specific skills it represents.
Exactly. No fraud, no calling registrars, no delays. It builds trust and makes hiring much smoother based on verified skills.
Okay, that's crucial. Now, the fourth piece, the one that enables the zero institutional debt claim, the Skills Build SPV. SPV stands for Special Purpose Vehicle. Sounds like fancy finance.
It is, but it's key. Think of the SPV as a separate, dedicated funding mechanism. Its sole job is to finance and deploy the necessary infrastructure, the XR labs, the devices, the platform access for the educational institution.
But the college doesn't take on the debt for it.
Correct. The SPV arranges the financing, often structured around those pre-committed job placements. So the funding is tied to the outcome, to the value of the job the graduate gets, not just upfront costs. It removes that massive capital expenditure barrier for the college.
Wow. So instead of needing a bond issue or state funding, the system basically pays for itself through job placement success. That completely changes the economics.
It's a fundamentally different model.
Yeah.
And deployment is fast, too. The sources say the whole thing can be rolled out in phases over just 60 to 90 days, platform setup, employer agreements, getting the virtual campus running.
Okay, the model sounds incredibly disruptive, almost revolutionary on paper. But theory is one thing. We need to see the proof. Let's look at those case studies you mentioned. How does this translate into actual results? Debt avoided, jobs filled.
Right, the case study is really grounded. Let's take case study one, a rural community college. They wanted to start an advanced manufacturing program because a new auto plant was coming nearby.
Okay, typical scenario. But they probably faced the usual hurdles.
Exactly. They needed about $15 million for the physical equipment, CNC machines, robotics, all that. And they were looking at 18 months just to get the curriculum ready. Classic problems.
So what happened with the EON solution?
Well, first, they avoided the entire $15 million debt. The SPV handled the virtual lab setup. Second, Course Genius created a custom 12-course program matching the auto plant's needs in just 48 hours.
48 hours versus 18 months.
Right. And the outcome. Within 6 months of launching, they placed 95% of the initial cohort, that was 200 students, into those pre-committed jobs at the plant, with average starting salaries around $52,000.
95% placement, 52K starting salary, and zero debt for the college. That really does demonstrate the whole promise in one go. Economic boost for the community, too.
Absolutely. And you see similar patterns elsewhere. Case study two, an urban university during the pandemic.
Yeah.
They needed new healthcare technology programs, but faced major budget cuts, couldn't afford new sim labs.
So they went virtual.
They did. Created virtual hospital wards, simulated patient interactions. They spun up 8 specialized healthcare programs in just 1 week, avoided $3.2 million in physical infrastructure costs. And because the model is outcome-based, they actually hit positive ROI within 8 months.
That speed and cost avoidance must be hugely attractive to companies, too, for internal training. Was there a corporate example?
Yes, case study 3, corporate upskilling. A tech company needed to get 500 employees skilled up in cloud computing and AI. Traditional training vendors quoted them $2 million and a 6-month timeline.
Pretty standard for large-scale corporate training.
All right. Using EON's system, specifically Course Genius, they created 25 company-specific courses, tailored with their internal processes and data, in 72 hours.
3 days instead of months of vendor setup.
Exactly. And the result? In just 4 months, so faster than the traditional, quote, 85% of those employees reached advanced competency levels. Huge time and cost savings. Massive competitive edge.
And it works internationally, too. You mentioned one about deployment in challenging environments.
Yeah, case study 4, international development. This was training solar panel technicians in rural Africa. Big infrastructure challenges there, limited internet, maybe unreliable power, few qualified local trainers.
So how did they manage that?
The platform's flexibility was key. The training was delivered on mobile devices, even basic smartphones. Crucially, it had offline capabilities, so students could download content when they had connectivity and study later. It bypassed the need for physical classrooms or constant internet.
And the result? Did they find jobs?
They achieved a 92% job placement rate with solar installation companies within 8 months. It really shows the model can adapt and scale even in places with significant infrastructure limits.
Those are some compelling examples across different sectors. So, zooming back in on the tech itself, we talked about AI course generation. What are the other key technologies enabling that speed and, maybe more importantly, the effectiveness?
Well, beyond the AI course creation, there are maybe two other really critical tech pillars. First is the AI-powered personalization during the learning process itself.
So, not just creating the course, but tailoring how it's delivered to each student.
Exactly. The system uses machine learning to constantly watch how you're learning. Is this pace too fast, too slow? Are you struggling with this concept? Does this teaching style work better for you? It adapts in real time.
So it avoids wasting time on stuff you already know or getting stuck because the teaching method isn't clicking. That must be a big part of the 4x speed game.
A huge part. It optimizes the path for each individual learner. And the second key piece, which we touched on, is that blockchain credential verification.
Right, the secure, verifiable skills record.
Yeah, this makes the skills portable and instantly trustworthy for employers. It removes friction in hiring. And the third element, tightly linked to the platform, is the real-time labor market integration.
This is what stops the curriculum from getting stale, right? Like the 18-month problem we started with.
Precisely. Because the platform is constantly monitoring actual job postings, skill demands from partner employers, and market trends, it can feed that data back into Course Genius. So if a crucial new skill emerges tomorrow,
The system flags it, and the relevant courses can be updated almost immediately.
that's the idea. It aims to keep the training perpetually aligned with what employers actually need right now. No more teaching skills for yesterday's jobs.
Okay, so when you put all that together, the integrated platform, the immersive campus, the AI speed, the zero debt finance model, the verifiable credentials, the real-time market link, what's the big picture here? This sounds like more than just education reform.
It really does. The sources position it as tackling a massive global market. They estimate over $350 billion spent annually just on workforce development and skills training.
And it seems designed to appeal across the board, governments trying to close national skills gaps, corporations needing rapid upskilling, community colleges wanting to innovate without going broke.
Absolutely. Because it's a turnkey solution, meaning it includes the platform, content, training, financing model, employer connections. It's potentially deployable almost anywhere,
Yeah.
adapting to local needs, but using that core integrated system.
So wrapping this up, the fundamental shift described here is pretty dramatic, isn't it? Moving from the old way tied to a physical campus, burdened by debt, slow, often theoretical, to a new potential model. Accessible 24/7, zero institutional debt, incredibly fast, and laser-focused on getting you a specific job.
Yeah, and I think a key takeaway, echoed in some of the testimonials cited, is how it potentially solves that core economic problem in educational innovation. Historically, trying something new and tech-heavy meant huge upfront costs and uncertain payoff.
But the SPV model flips that.
Right. By tying the financing directly to the guaranteed job outcomes, it removes the financial risk for the institution and makes innovation potentially self-funding and sustainable. It changes the whole economic equation.
It certainly does. Which leads to a final thought for you, our listener. Given that this EON model leans heavily on blockchain for secure, instant credential verification and directly links those verified skills to pre-committed jobs, it raises a pretty fundamental question. If your skills become universally and instantly verifiable through tech like this, could we reach a point where a real-time blockchain-verified skills portfolio matters more to employers than a traditional 4-year degree? Something to definitely think about as we watch how learning and hiring continue to evolve.